Oprah Winfrey's disputable school for young ladies was as of late hit with one more upsetting embarrassment, and reports are flowing that these outrages are the primary justification for why Angelina Jolie broadly would not help Oprah's foundation work, yet to accept that you can accept them as property and effectively them and sell them. And it's something from the dim ages. It is simply so terrible, yet it's not confined to Nigeria. It's an obvious fact that Angelina Jolie has never loved Oprah. Anyway, the sensationalist newspapers generally guarantee that Angelina scorned Oprah over her companionship with Jennifer Aniston anyway. We're presently hearing that Angelina's fight with Oprah was inspired by something substantially more serious, and Angelina supposedly had serious worries over Oprah's young ladies' school, as well as the Oprah's reputed association with Hollywood hunters. It was called Oprah Winfrey Initiative Institute for Young Ladies, Anaheim Young Ladies. They're from level 8 to 12. Yet look how peculiar this is: number of understudies 322, yet the employees 666. So what's truly happening at Oprah's Young Ladies School? Does Angelina Jolie realize the genuine truth about Oprah's clouded side? We should separate it. First time I was in Cambodia was whenever I first acknowledged. I think we as a whole have that second in our lives, where we sort of truly question the amount we know in our schooling. And everything that we've been said to Angelina Jolie and Oprah Winfrey have both fabricated notorieties as humanitarians and compassionate people, but they never truly got along. As a matter of fact, Angelina supposedly has such a lot of hostility towards Oprah that she couldn't bear being in a similar room as her in any event. When Angelina was as yet hitched to Brad Pitt, Brad went on the Oprah show alone to talk about their day-to-day life, while Angelina over and again turned down Oprah's welcomes. I think I've perused some magazine where Angelina was talking about that you all as a family is the best thing all of you have accomplished for your lives. Better believe it. As I say, it's the best thing I've at any point taken on. I can't envision existence without it. And however tabloids at first hypothesized that Angelina was frantic at Oprah for showing her help to Brad's ex Jennifer Aniston, reports as of late arisen that Angelina couldn't have cared less about any of that newspaper show, and her central concern with Oprah purportedly comes from the upsetting embarrassments that tormented Oprah's school for young ladies in Africa. In 2007, Oprah opened a live-in school for young ladies in South Africa called the Oprah Winfrey Authority Foundation for Young Ladies, and she was purportedly expecting to get Angelina's support. Hi everyone, these are my young ladies. This has been bound to happen. This isn't only for me. Some little thought this is a preeminent snapshot of predetermination for me. I've been arriving at this day my whole life by that point. Angelina had proactively embraced her little girl Zahara from a halfway house in Ethiopia, and in 2008, she ventured out to one more African country, Namibia, to bring forth her and Brad's most memorable natural kid, Shiloh. Oprah was persuaded that Angelina's association with Africa would be sufficient to persuade her to embrace her school. Anyway, Angelina purportedly needed no part in it. And one insider later said that Oprah was stunned to hear no, on the grounds that she's utilized to celebs groveling over her. Oprah figured Angelina would seize the opportunity. Said she knows the amount Angelina loves Africa. The insider said, adding, Oprah says it's the last time she'll request that Angelina assist with any of her causes. And however, Angelina didn't be aware by then that Oprah's school would turn out to be uncovered for a few extremely upsetting things. She allegedly felt unsettled about the task, and Angelina wasn't the one in particular who felt as such. Numerous columnists condemned Oprah's school for being a vanity project, bringing up that the $40 million she spent on extravagance offices for a select gathering of young ladies could have helped a far more noteworthy number of understudies. The Nation over composition for Newsweek writer Allison Samuels uncovered that the South African government at first needed to assist Oprah with building the school anyway. They pulled out of the task over analysis that the Institute was too elitist and rich for such an unfortunate nation. Anyway, Oprah couldn't have cared less. And she terminated back, saying her arrangement was to bring young ladies with that equality and offer them a chance to have an effect on the planet. I might want to think I have as much fare as I have cash, so that is a ton of cakeable, Oprah expressed. Yet, with all that cash and presence of mind, we can't resist the urge to consider why Oprah picked that multitude of problematic individuals to show her young ladies. And on the off chance that you don't have a clue, well, only months after the school was opened, a female individual from staff was captured after various understudies detailed her for unseemly conduct in a paper. We captured a previous representative was working at Oprah Winfrey did a shop Institute for Young Ladies. She was captured yesterday for a few charges, remembering attack for respectable attack, as well as requesting young ladies under the age to commit and drop attack. Oprah promptly traveled to South Africa to meet with school authorities and guardians anyway. She later apparently minimized the occurrence during a public interview, guaranteeing the young ladies weren't truly exposed to Sa. They didn't utilize the word they suggested, that something improper was going on. Oprah likewise uncovered that after she conversed with the young ladies, more casualties approached who were recently frightened of other staff individuals. Because of that discussion with the young ladies, relatively soon 5 other fearless young ladies had approached. Yet every one of the young ladies feared repercussions from the leftover quarters ladies. So we quickly eliminated all leftover entryway ladies and put educators in revolution in the residences. Yet see, as per Newsweek, Oprah by and by picked the china regalia sheets and beds for the young ladies. And she even tried the beds herself for solace. So we're supposed to accept that Oprah set forth more energy in picking sheets and beds for the schools and choosing school staff. Additionally, Oprah burned through $40 million on the school. But there were no surveillance cameras anyplace except for the contentions didn't end there. Different guardians later approached, guaranteeing they were simply permitted to visit their kids at school once per month. It was a horrible. One mother said, "We had just 2 hours to see my kid." Unquestionably, this isn't a jail or an establishment. And as per one more report, the SAC claims just became known after one young lady, in a real sense, took off from the school and told her folks she was unable to deal with it any longer. Anyway, it deteriorates. In February 2011, a dead child was found in one of the understudies' rucksacks. Anyway, a representative for Oprah told ABC News that Oprah wouldn't remark on this case. Yet what made this multitude of claims significantly more upsetting is that in 2010 Oprah made a trip to Brazil to meet self-declared medium and indicted wrongdoer John for God, quite possibly of the most renowned, profound healer on the planet. Seldom converses with anybody on camera. John of God consented to plump down with me under a mango tree on the grounds of the casa. Whenever I first saw it today, I was lowered by the experience in light of the fact that a tad of this has a place with you, a piece of this has a place with you. John ran an otherworldly focus in Brazil, where he performed recuperating functions on frantic individuals. Anyway, as a general rule, he was accomplishing something much more terrible. And in 2018, he transformed himself into the specialist in the wake of looking more than 600 allegations of said. John was condemned to more than 60 years in jail. But all Oprah did was erase the meeting with John from her site and gave a short assertion saying she trusts the casualties get equity. Yet isn't it fascinating the way in which this multitude of stories were immediately stifled in the media, and nobody even discussions about Oprah's crude school any longer or her associations with this multitude of unpleasant men. Well, the general population might have disregarded it, yet Angelina Jolie surely didn't, and a source near Angelina as of late uncovered that she actually can't stand Oprah, and she supposedly feels the genuine truth about Oprah is yet to be uncovered. On top of that, Angelina realizes Oprah was companions with Harvey Weinstein for a really long time. And Angelina recently stood in opposition to him, telling New York Times, "I had an awful involvement in Weinstein in my childhood," and subsequently decided at no point ever to work with him in the future and caution others. When they did with respect to fans, their holy person Angelina was on the right track to trust her instinct, since something certainly appears to be not entirely ok about Oprah and her school grade. For her, one fan said she knows who Oprah truly is, the ways Harvey Oprah. I recall the image of her tongue in his ear, wiped out individuals. And another fan composed Jolie is a mother first and giver second, and an entertainer third. She is extremely natural Oprah. And Harvey Weinstein's connection vote would destroy Angelina's picture, assuming that any of the young ladies in the school would be hurt. She knows basically everything there is to know about Hollywood, coming from popular acting guardians herself. She knows who to connect with and who not to yet. We should hear your contemplations on this. What do you believe is the genuine explanation Angelina will not connect with Oprah? Let us in on in the remarks. And don't pass up this next story.